Hi, Zizaran here with another video, and PoE 2, the Third Edict is out very soon, and we can't really make a lot of build guides yet. A lot of people are putting out build idea videos and like their idea of what they think they're going to be doing, and you'll see some serious big disclaimers from most of like the good creators. We don't have the skill tree yet, so there's obviously a lot of questions. So just be careful what you're following. Most people will be posting just generic idea videos with a lot of disclaimers. Hopefully we get some sort of skill tree before launch, but I wanted to make a generic tips and tricks video and a lot of things that are gonna be very applicable, especially for both new and old players, but there's quite a lot of changes. So I'm not gonna include the super obvious stuff like please follow a build guide, but yeah. One of the most important things you need to do is get a loot filter, and for the start you can just go to Filter Blade, download a generic one, probably like regular strictness or something. Pretty much anything will work there for the campaign, and what a loot filter does, it basically like shows socketables for salvage, it shows just different loot that is useful to pick up in different colors. It'll make it stand out more to you, so even if you don't necessarily know why they're highlighted, if anything is highlighted you probably want to pick it up. And you can go here to PoE, and here at the top it shows how to swap to PoE 2. There you can see I have like a Zizaran artillery ballista, for example. I do usually have my filters public. Regular is a bit rough. Even as a new player, it's changed to strict or very strict later. Do you want to bring some color and excitement to your walls and show off your interests and hobbies? Display makes that possible with their awesome metal posters. Not only do they look vibrant and amazing, but they also are incredibly easy to set up. No longer do you have to drill holes in your walls, as every display is attached by a magnetic sticker. After applying a protective layer, you stick this magnet to your wall. It makes it extremely easy to adjust and swap your displays out. It's so simple even I can do it. Displays come in all shapes and sizes, with a focus on being customizable and collectible. They offer a countless unique and licensed artwork, including the Gauntlet collection. You can find all of the Gauntlet designs that we have created for each event with the different artists with different versions suited to your personal taste. Head on over to display.com and use code Zizaran for 22% off on the first 1 to 2 displays, or 33% off for orders of 3 and more. Displays are not yet edible, so please don't try eating them. Now we're going to talk about disenchanting versus selling for gold. Disenchanting gets you valuable early game currency, so it'll get you regal shards, which turn a blue item yellow and add a third stat. Now, this is only good when an item already has 1 or 2 stats that you already care about, and the third one is RNG. So I'm not a huge fan of relying on that early game. Most of the time I'll get like 1 or 2 good stats, and the third one will just end up being like very low life regen or something that I don't really need. Salvage, however, is very important. You want to salvage everything with sockets, everything with quality to build up your economy on that. That'll help fix your resistances, get you more damage, etc. Gold, which is my preferred way to gear during the early game, is you sell everything for gold, especially rare items, and that enables you to buy gear from the vendors. It enables you to buy gear off other players through the auction house, and you're able to gamble. And normally what I will do is I'll try to overlevel a little bit to a certain level threshold. Let's say that I have a really good crossbow base at level 28 or 29. I'll maybe try to overlevel to 28, 29, or maybe even 30, and then start gambling. So even though maybe I'm in a level 26 area that can't even drop that bow yet, the gambler will be able to. So this is a really good way to really get some extra efficiency there from your gold. And I try to be very cognizant of when I'm about to get the potential for a new upgrade, so that I don't waste all my gold right before that there's about to be a new upgrade. I'll show you how to find that. So I Google PoE 2 DB bows, and then just click on the top one. Then here I see bow item. So for example here, right, at level 28, you get the dual string bow. Bows fire +1 arrow. So if I'm gambling at 25, 26, I can't get a dual string bow. Third tip is we often see people spam rolling dodge too much because they're just like panic rolling. It's a thing in most games that have a roll. A lot of the boss moves are a lot easier to just walk out of. You can like dodge out at the end because it is slightly faster, but then slows you back down again. There are several moves where just walking out ends up being better. You also don't, it's not like a perfect iframe either way, so yeah, be careful about over dodging and try to get a little bit more used to just not panicking and walking out of things. A good example of this is the ghost bosses in Cemetery. Whenever she's putting those circles on the ground, if you're just rolling out of those, you actually might get hit, but if you're walking out of them, she can't hit you. The fourth tip is about upgrading your weapon pretty often, and this is particularly important whenever you're using a build. Let's say it's a weapon-based build, so either bow or mace, anything like that. You really want to have regular weapon upgrades because nearly all of your damage comes from your weapon and not that much from the gem upgrade. On a, like, let's say spark or something, then a lot more damage will come from your gem. And also, obviously, remember to level up and upgrade your skill gems whenever you get new versions. Fifth tip is actually using your weapon swap passive points. And a very easy thing to use this on, especially if you're north on the tree, is curse points. Setting up your weapon swap to be that for your first set, you have, like, let's say your bow damage or your elemental skills. And for your second one, you get like extra curse effect. Makes a very, very big difference. Another good tip is you could do loads of shock chance and shock effect and use like a large hit, shock your target, and then do more damage with your normal attack. Sixth tip, set up your charm ASAP. Early on, you really want a cold charm for the iron count. And there's a lot of cold damage there. It'll really help you. And then at the start of Act 2, yeah, I can't remember the name of the boss, but like the angry fire lady, if you don't have a fire S charm for that, ruby charm, it very likely will one-shot you. So the charms do work on the first hit that they activate on. And it'll passively save you a lot. And if you are resist capped and doing really well, having like an anti-stun charm can save you a lot. Be interesting to see if that'll work with the sprint mechanic. For life flasks, Path of Exile 2 doesn't have as good charge generation as PoE 1 has. I feel like I'm quite often out of charges, and not necessarily the best for bosses. Still quite good though. My favorite stat is life charges gained passively. It really rewards you the slower you play too. Like if something's taking you a while, you're going to be gaining more charges. And yeah, so especially for the campaign, big fan of charges gained. It's just pretty much always full for me then. And also try to make sure you're rubbing a level appropriate flask. You don't want to use like a level 16 life flask when you're level 30. A really useful tip is that you can hold control when entering a zone to make a new zone, and this is used for overleveling and overfarming. And while not as powerful as it is in Path of Exile 1, because gems don't level with us and we actually have to find them, still a really good way to get stronger gear. And especially a good tip for hardcore is progress when you're feeling powerful. If you do that, you are very likely to succeed even as a new player. You feel like you wasted too much time, you've been here for 30-40 minutes and you really need to progress, which you don't. You can just stay another hour, get super powerful, and nothing's going to kill you. And that's going to be a big tip for hardcore players with the new act. It's probably going to be quite a lot of scary stuff. Don't forget side quest rewards. The minimap icons will tell you if you missed a boss that grants skill points or other rewards, like you can hover over them. And the side points, they do give you permanent unlocks like plus 10 fire, cold, or lightning rest. Base damage and skill level are very important, especially early. And you'll really notice this on, like, let's say your lightning arrow or something like that. Early on, getting those like lightning damage runes in your bow will make such a big difference. Even early on, getting an iron ring with 1 to 4 physical damage will make such a big difference because you have so little base flat damage from all your other stuff to scale on. So it makes all your 10% increased damage do a lot more. And another thing, auto attacking is incredibly strong early. Now that we have so many more of the same skill gem, like remember you can use scattershot on 4 or 5, 6, whatever, however, infinite amount of times now. There's no longer a limit of 1 scattershot per build. So that'll open up for a lot more of single target abilities. But auto attacks are insanely good in Act 1, so keep that in mind. They cost no mana, they're quite fast, and they are meant to be used. And remember, once you reach Act 4, you can have a shop with Ange. So yeah, you can set up a shop and buy items from other players without having to meet them. Fully like you can insta buyout from offline players. So should help you with building your wealth. Now remember, listing things is free. And if you want to use that tab for storing something in Trade League, just list it for 999 mirrors. It's not going to cost you anything, and no one's going to buy your item for 999 mirrors. Yeah, I did make a video going over that system, but it looks great. Now, early on, prioritize life and resists on your armor. You really want to get res capped as early as possible. A little bit of life regen as well makes a big difference. And remember, resistance is capped at 75 by default. Now, especially if you're a new player and you're trying to learn, I really do recommend reading all of the text. Holding Alt can give you a lot of information, but sometimes even the green text of a skill gem and stuff can have actually important information. So keep that in mind. I hope these tips help, especially new players. Obviously, we wish we could pound out content, and I would love to just throw out loads of bait content for you, but we really want to make sure that we wait until we are sure with what we can make. I'll maybe make like a build idea video of what I'm planning for launch if we can't do anything else, but yeah, I don't want to bait people. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great time at launch. Thanks so much for watching the video. Sub if you like it, but more importantly, try to die less than I do.